Good afternoon.
How are you doing today? How's your week?
Excuse me. Kind of like hectic, and I still haven't gotten to everything that I had planned. So,
So last week there were a lot of thoughts, a lot of information that you were giving also about what's happening with the dynamics and friends and how you feel trust but also suspicious of them a little bit. Apologies for background noise today. Something's going on, a lot of noise outside. And
um,
yes, I remember.
yeah, I was gonna say I didn't hear exactly what you said. Can you repeat that?
Yes, I said last week you were sharing a lot of thoughts on what's happening in life and how you feel supported by your friends, but also suspicious of them, and at least it gives you clarity because they somewhat, you know, confessed that they what they do and how they can help you and their connections and their.
I really don't remember exactly what I said last week, but I got into like sort of like a fight with my friend yesterday, and it just once you start fighting, it ends up being very childish. So
He said that you're being very childish.
no, I thought he was being childish too. So I just looked at it this morning, what we were texting each other, and it looked like total trash. So I just had a thought that this is childish, and I'm not sure how to like pressure him to like take me seriously. So I don't know, because it ended up like name calling and stupidity, and um, it wasn't serious. I know he's still my friend, but uh, like I don't know how to, I don't know how to pressure anyone to take me seriously, and it's really fucked up. I feel because I think I do have evidence of like major like that's a major crime. If you go and manufacture stuff like that, then the FDA is like a major organization, and I know I have evidence. It's just that nobody's gonna take me seriously, or they do take me seriously, but they don't wanna like own up to it and document any of this because then it's too serious. And it's like everything else. It went to shit because there's this all this buffering going on, so people don't like panic. I give all of this a lot of thought all the time. Like there's always like the government's always like they like I'm saying it's buffering. I don't even know what term you would use, but like how they censor stuff because they think like, oh, if if everybody had um like this knowledge, then they would use it to their own devices, and then society would fall apart or something like that. So to me, like being like the low man on the totem pole, it seems like a lot of bullshit. Um, and I'm just like surviving. Like I had a very like it's getting hot now, and I sort of woke up sort of depressed. Like I was in bed, and like I just wanted to lay there just another minute because the night before, like this night, I actually got sleep. So when I actually get sleep, like, and I get this like dreaming and stuff, this REM dreaming, I wake up depressed all the time. Like, you know, um, even if I'm like dreaming something not super insane, which usually I'm dreaming something and I'm like, oh, what is making me dream this? Like, there's somebody's like in my ear making me dream like garbage, and I wake up like sort of depressed, like like sort of like and let me not get up because Like I feel like if I get up, like people are gonna attack me. Like aside from having to like clean up after my cat and like get to work with my son, I feel like I'm gonna have all this like like other people's emotional baggage and stuff, and like I'm gonna hear the neighbors because for some reason every time I get up, like there's somebody in the hallway, and it's like I don't want to hear you. I don't feel like we can have an adult conversation either.
It's
Like
this time of the year, when it starts getting warmer, people will be outside. People will stay out later. There will be, I don't know, the area you live at, but sometimes, and as a human, I experienced this in this neighborhood. People were partying. There was this male hair salon that in the evening became like a nightclub, and they would just party until 3 a.m. This is what is happening in the nice weather. I feel you. That's a struggle also of, I think, big
that's what
cities.
I was about to say. When I'm falling asleep at like a decent hour, like somebody will pop in the hallway and start like. But I know that it's them. I know they're scumbags. I know they're doing it on purpose. I'm sorry. I don't know. You as a therapist are gonna argue that it's not on purpose, but I know that they're doing it on purpose, and it's sort of
Purpose? Okay,
blatant.
what do you think? What do you think is their purpose?
They don't want me to sleep. I think they
Like
just don't want
how?
me to
Okay,
sleep.
if it's not an individual home of yours, if you live in an apartment building, that's correct, yeah.
Yeah, I mean sometimes I hear them arguing with each other, but I know it's all bullshit. I hear them trashing on each other, saying, "Oh, you stole my stuff," and like you stole my. They've been doing that for a long time because like I was sort of reporting it and I was asking for refunds and stuff, and then I like there was like two times because usually Amazon like they just give you your stuff, like they're just like, oh, okay, whatever, we don't care what happened to it. But like other companies, like I ordered something from like a specialty toy store, and it cost a whole lot of money to me. It was like $80. They went missing, and they wouldn't just refund it. Like I had to get a police report, that it was missing. So I did have to report it. This happened with this item, and then I have a Nintendo Switch also, a Nintendo Switch, and they never actually refunded me for the Nintendo Switch. It was like a $500 item, and somebody stole that. And to me, that was like all year. I think I talked to you about this before. So I hear them in the hallway, and they're yelling at each other like, "Oh, you stole the mail or something." They've been doing that. They were doing that before a lot more, but you still hear them about that, or like, "Oh, I'm gonna kick you out" or something. But it sounds so fake to me. Like I'm sitting here, I'm going, "No, oh my God, what are they putting on like a play for everyone or something?" Like they sound like fake ass people, and I don't know. I sit there and I'm very mad, and like like they're playing around, but like I'm not healthy, and I actually feel really sick. Like some days I feel very very sick, you know and I hope they understand that. I hope somebody understands that.
Well, my point here is how can you for sure think that their intention is not to allow you to get your regular sleeping hours if it's a multi-apartment building? So all of the neighbors, see, if somebody's playing the music downstairs, I hear it. I hear it, and people from the second floor hear it, and people on the first floor for sure hear it if it's not them who's playing it. Like, we all hear it. Probably folks on the upper floors as well. It's just how it works. We all.
Because they're all dicks, and I'm like the only normal person. I don't, I don't know who else to like that's the thing. Like I can't say anything. I can't prove anything. But like if at least one of my friends was not a dick, they would say it with me. But all my friends are total dicks. Like the ones that aren't government dicks, they're just dicks. I'm sorry. I use this word like too many times because
No, don't be sorry. Seriously,
I just want to crack up like that.
don't be sorry. This is how it feels from this.
Oh, I can't hear anything.
Do you hear the noise?
Oh, no, it's just your voice went somewhere. Maybe I was holding
Oh,
my
okay.
phone.
I said don't need to apologize. If this is how you feel, express yourself, seriously. That's the most we can do. Just allow you some space to express how you feel. Seriously.
So like I didn't even get anything done really, and I have to take my cat to the ASPCA to get neutered. So like my other cat, and I'm gonna do that this week before I even get to like I have stuff that I have planned to get done. But I want to get the cat neutered too.
What about the week here? Any clarification on their anything happening?
I didn't get anything in the mail. I haven't checked my mail in a while. I'm gonna check it like today. I have to do a recertification also, which sort of makes me cranky because oh my god, I'm always like I don't know. I try to like be like straight with them, but then they're not like sometimes they're not. It's like it makes me feel like garbage like filling out their like all the applications. Sometimes I feel like screaming and being like, "Oh, look, why don't you fill this shit out for me?" I really don't care because I also like take care of like real stuff too, and
Well, what do you expect? First of all, what are we expecting? What do you expect to find in mail? Do you expect them to contact you on phone? Do you have any set appointments? What's the system?
right now I don't. I just have a due date for recertification. So I was gonna say they make me mad because sometimes like you do everything, you do all the documents and everything, and then somebody does something stupid, like they skim the stuff, the EBT cards. So I've been not like using my EBT anywhere except one store online. So that has not happened. But it's sort of like okay, this was like approved for people to use it like everywhere, but I can't do that because every time I use it anywhere, they skim it. Other than like online, um, at this one store, they've skimmed my card like 3 or 4 times, and then you have to like it's almost like recertifying, but you also have to do it like and in person. It makes me the maddest because I think these people are stalking me. I know they are, but even if I had like an audio of it with sort of like intelligent evidence as to this, if somebody was willing to listen to it, that would be great. But like, if I get like an audio just on my phone or something like that, people like I know that could be like messed with because it has Wi-Fi on it also. So I don't even know sometimes. You know, I don't know like what's going on with my computer data, whatever. Like I just feel like uh, like a loser, and like I just a lot of my time I spend thinking like I want to get out of the goddamn system, and sometimes I think like I spend a lot of time thinking, why is it so complicated here? What if I just like never left Russia? Would I just have to be a janitor or something? Because I see the janitor here, and I think they're getting like paid much better than me. I mean, I don't work at all, but I think they have like much better social status. But it seems like fake also because I think that they're secretly FBI, and that's how they pull that off. And then I think like what a totalitarian garbage this is. And then I think if I had it my way, I saw something on YouTube that triggered me. It was like a funny thing because I was like sort of upset, and I started laughing. It was like a bunch of illiterate signs. It said like stupid stuff like homemade butter or like remember Pearl Harbor, but it was like spelled like weird, like just misspelled, totally illiterate signs everywhere.
Okay, question. The thoughts of how my life would be if I'd never left Russia. Remind me, how old were you when you left?
I was 5. No, I was 6 when I left. I was 6 when I left. 5 was when they told me I was gonna leave.
So yeah, so we don't have any tangible experience of using adult living, but there. So maybe you were going to like kindergarten. You were not even in school yet.
No,
So you don't
I
know
went
what
to
it is to
pre-K
live there.
there. I did not go to school there. I went to pre-K there, but it took me like 2 years to immigrate here. So the whole process of it was like, it wasn't like back in the day. It wasn't like today. Like they legit like made you crawl across Europe first and have your relatives sign everything.
That is sort of, those cognitive distortions that are playing with us sometimes because when things are going intense, we're kind of looking for all the cues onto supporting our ideas. So right now, if you were irritated with like we care and your friend and everything, and you were just trying to think like, oh my god, maybe everything was just a complete nonsense. Maybe I should have even never moved out of Russia. But to be fair, realistically, factually, you don't know how it is to live in Russia as an adult. You've never lived there.
I didn't, but I know that like it just seems like we have too much like to me it's like garbage to give somebody food and then poison it. And we have so much waste like in that sense. And then we talk about, oh, it's so cruel, poor kids, they're not eating, but it's so much worse to give somebody food and it's not like the food's gonna make you sicker instead of somebody just has a very hard time. And and we have a lot of political stuff here that they just it's like far-fetched to them because I don't know, like there's a lot of like politics here and not a lot of like actual work, but there's a lot of people screaming about how hard they're working, you know? So it's not how hard you actually work to make your little like corner of the world a better place. It's how hard you demand stuff, you know? And I feel like maybe I wouldn't make like a great adjustment. I'd be a total nobody over there, but I feel like my soul would be more healed, sort of. And what I was saying about the signs of the illiterate people, it triggered me to think, like I think these people are like gangster. Like they hire their friends and stuff, so then they could like coerce them to do whatever they want. Little do this little thing here and do this little thing there. You didn't see that. You saw this. You know. I was sitting there thinking, is there like a neighborhood they would rather have like a for real? Because like I feel like he's also over. What's that word when like you went to like school? Um, they don't even use that word a lot. And then you get a like a career that's like less than your educational level. Like I forgot what the word for it is. Over, not overcompetent. Over like that's like his grade is over the
Over, like he can perform better. He is like overqualified for this.
Overqualified. There, that's the word I was looking for. Like this janitor is like overqualified, or they'll hire someone just like attractive looking. Somebody attractive looking that went to college, but then simultaneously, like I'm sitting there thinking, what if they work for the FBI, and that's why they're hired here. So that triggered me to think, what if there's a neighborhood where they still hire like illiterate people to work at 7-Eleven, to work at like the gas station, and they hire them based on something else, not based on their like literacy or their competency in other fields, but on the fact that they will not steal, and they will not really lie, and that they are really simple. Like I have this imagination in my head that there's still somewhere like a simple like dude like pumping gas, or like, oh, here's your hot dog, like running the cash register or something like that, and they don't even have an attitude, because half these people I run into, like they have a fucking attitude.
Okay, if we're not moving that far away and not putting Russia in this scenario, what about some other states? Because you told me you lived in Jersey. What about some other places in America that you haven't been? Because you basically.
How would I go there? That's the thing. It's just as much like me being out there. at this point in my life as saying I want to move back to Russia, because how would I even go there? But yes, other states too. I wonder how they're doing.
Okay, explain to me how other states in America are seemingly further away from you than Russia.
Not
Like, what
further
makes
away,
you
just
think?
I can't. I understand that I'm not moving unless somebody like moves me, because like for me to move,
No,
I
but
can't afford
do
it.
you have family there? First and foremost, do you even have family there? Do you have
In
any
Russian,
relatives?
I do have like family, but they're not like in love with me, and I'm not sure if they're still alive. You know,
Do you talk to them? Have you
I
ever
haven't talked
visited
to them
them?
in years, but I know they're. I know with like I know approximately, like I know the I have like an aunt in Moscow, and that my cousin is in California, because she came to visit my daughter when my daughter was in Jersey, when I still knew where my daughter was. She came to visit my daughter and my grandmother a while ago, so I know about them. So they're not like in love with me, but they are
But
family.
do you still talk? Because I think Russia here represents no safe space. I think in all of this, Russia
Nostalgia.
represents something nice, predictable, warm, loving, consistent, and something.
Not really, because actually I think they're very they're more hardcore. You know, I
Well,
think to me it doesn't represent safe space. It represents some sort of straightforward, primitive kind of honesty. Like over there would be no, like they would probably just be like, ill. You have no education, blah blah blah, whatever. What's your worth? Um, and all right, so I wouldn't make it. That's why I keep just thinking about it. Like, what if I had stayed there? What would have happened? You know, but it's just I think that's what it represents to me. Like there's some sort of brute primitive honesty in the fact that they don't really have social welfare there. And I also believe that half those people, they're probably like as sheepish as American people, but like how people like got really sick in there, like, oh, like Putin's evil, their government's evil. um why? Because they're not like overcomplicated. I don't know. I haven't been there. I would love to visit to see how people actually live there.
When was the last time you visited?
Oh my God, I haven't visited since I left there. You know, I have not visited since I left there. I wish I could visit there, or Ukraine too, because even though they're fighting, for some reason I think it's the same people there. I think it's like the same culture anyway. They're fighting. It's sort of superficial. You know.
I think we gotta redirect attention to the fact what this idea represents. Because if you haven't been there since you left, and you don't, as you say, really have sustainable attentions with your family in terms of that it's running, it's happening all the time. I think it's more this, like, the fantasy that you would love to have. Like, what if it would be better? Like some safe room, maybe. This room where you will be having a different, or no problems at all, or different problems, not as difficult problems as you have now. Because sometimes our mind needs to get away like this, need to believe that there was a better place where I can be valued and I can be seen and I can be compensated and have a better life.
But that's the thing. I don't have any delusions as to myself being valued anywhere. It's just the only hope I have is, again, not going back to Russia, but the other thing that I was thinking about, is there a place in America where they value someone that's not overqualified, but honest? Because I don't see that in this neighborhood. I think they're all like conspiring, and what they show as at face value is like, I don't have time for this, or I don't have time for you, and um, they seem like, is it that cutthroat that we need, like college grads working, cash register, or if it's not a college grad, what I see is somebody super sexy looking, like somebody that could be a TV personality or something like that, and that's all I see all around me. But what I would value, like, is people that are sort of honest, and that they wouldn't like steal, or they wouldn't like put shit in the food or something like that, you know? And I was just wondering how real people look. Maybe they're fucking ugly, you know? Maybe they're missing teeth or something. I don't know.
Maybe anything could be. You see, because when we don't have enough evidence or facts, anything that we imagine can be. Where is what are we using to orient the facts? Maybe they don't have teeth even. I don't know. For what do I know? Really.
Yeah, but you know, I feel like I'm just talking out my ass now too, because to just like live in like a nostalgic, like to have like a sense of, like I feel like a lot of people get mad at Donald Trump because he has a similar sense of nostalgia. Not that he wants to go back to Russia; he's not from Russia. But you know, like I see people like on YouTube, they're making like weird shorts and stuff like that. Like everyone has this like strong, like melancholy sort of nostalgia, like something did go down that everybody's like disturbing, you know, and sort of like I could see the anxieties in them, you know, and everybody's like financially anxious and the behavior, the underlying ideas, they're sort of like disturbing. Like, what the hell? What if they fucking find that somebody has put shit in my Coca Cola or in my Campbell soup, you know? And this is like this is the part that's like unbearable because I mean, like I also hate I hate them. They're so trashy. They like do really fucking try to disturb me. But like I feel like you know I have a very solid like core, you know, and like when it comes to talking, like I told my son this too, like sticks and stones, you know, may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. So like just you know, like all these like people are like shitheads, but then on top of that, like there's something in my food that makes me sad. I don't even know what to say about it. I don't know what else to say about it because my hair like fell out, you know, and it's sort of like at first it was like the emotion was exactly what was desired from me. Like I was very emotional about it. Like how come I've been you know such an obedient like member of society? Why did my you know? And then I'm just sort of like, well, this is human fucking nature. Like you know, people will keep doing this. You know, but there's like no way that I could go back to the way that I was before, to the innocence that was just gonna be like an obedient member of society. You know, after my hair has fallen out, you know,
Obedient. Tell me more about this obedient time. So, like, what are we talking about?
like when I would not even think about, I would think about like what it says on like a bottle. You know, like I trusted like the FDA. I didn't think, you know, that I thought even maybe if I was being stalked, even if they were FBI, I didn't think they were this dastardly that like somebody would like do something fucked up, like circumcise my kid's dick fucked up, or um, like straight up drop shit in your coffee. Like if you go to a deli, I thought, you know what? Why would you? Aren't you above the pettiness? You know. And now I feel like I've dug myself a hole because I've been ratting. So now it's like, okay, part is like, oh, that explains if they step it up a little bit, you know, because I've been ratting. But also, like, a part of me is just going, oh, human nature, you know, and like, this is where this whole nostalgic feeling about Russia comes from. Is like, I kind of want like a more a more primitive sort of like society, you know? I feel like they are primitive, don't you? Like they don't seem nearly as complex, you know? They seem more brutish and you know, like but people actually I bet you people actually sit there and they value like, oh, well today I saved up enough money and I got myself like a Labubu or something or like a designer shoe or some weird trinket that's you know, like socially like
financially valued. But here we're like kind of like on like I feel like we're sitting on a giant dump. Like people are just like throwing like food out, like throwing like holding like items like, and it sort of grosses me out, you know. And then um you know, like as far as like earthly desires go, then what? Like then they're also frustrated themselves. They just want to hurt your feelings, and I know this. I know they just want to hurt my feelings. Like say I have like a skill or something that you couldn't buy, you know, by being like an obedient tool or something like that, you know. Somebody would just want to hurt my feelings or
But
prevent me from showing off.
why your feelings? Why you think it's your feelings?
Again, I mean, because we're talking about feelings, because I was thinking about human nature, you know, because I mean, I don't want to sit there all day and scream like about the FBI, because again, like part of me is like I don't want to. I want to hug my kid again today, you know. No matter what, no matter how fucking hard we have it, and we do fucking have it hard. Um, because they're allowed, they're entitled to this pettiness because it's a mob, it's a gang, it's a mob, and it's not its original function, you know, which was law enforcement. And I don't know where it went wrong, but I also know that like the police is like a small, like way smaller than the FBI in NYC, and it's turned into like, you know, there's like very few people that have traditional values, you know.
Well, what's your goal here? It's very few people with values and systems. Maybe you still planning to be, or at least for now, realistically, that's what you want. Live here, your apartment. How can you, what steps can bring you closer to how you want to be able to hug your son, to have your hair not to fall out? Like, is there
Yeah, how would I have my hair not fall out? I don't know. I'm not. You know what it is? The worry from, because it's just hair. It's not like um really like my health, which has been fucked with more. I've decided to let it go. But I will never think it's normal. I will never think it's cool, and like you know, I'm just not having the energy to fight for my hair, you know? But sometimes you know, again, this brings me back to like, why am I nostalgic about a primitive society? Because I'm surviving, and people are here, they look like they're just being like very like flamboyant, like I need like doodads and show off my status or something like that. And it's hard for me to get along with them. And you know,
why do you need to get along with them? If you're just living your life and doing the best you can every day, why need to get along?
because they keep trying to get me to pretend that nothing's going on, but I will not do that, you know. I will not do that. I will just, you know, like I will stick to my basics, you know, because you know, I don't know how to like be normal like this. I don't. I won't be normal like this, and I'm sick too much, and sometimes like I'm like very on the edge, you know, too. Um, like I don't know, because I just sitting here thinking this is not gonna last long. Like this is all too crazy. Let me enjoy my like my minute of like my coffee. I was gonna tell you because this is really weird. Because usually I can't get coffee, but I got this company. It's called some for something small farms, and the reason that I got it was because it was gonna get delivered later that night, and the packaging, the way it was packaged, wasn't like a casual where they sort of clamp it, the top of it. It was like the belt on the sides where it was sealed. So in my mind, I'm like, that's like an original packaging that takes time. So if somebody were to tamper with it, it would take them more than a couple of hours. And since I'm getting this in a couple of hours, I'm sure I could drink it, and I'm correct. So I'm sitting here drinking this coffee. But I know next time there might be somebody that has it in for me that bad that it's worth that much money, that much time for them to go and look up this particular coffee brand and um, make their own packaging for it. So next time I'll get sick from this. And my mind has been like overwhelmed with these weird like things like this day in day out, and it's if I quit thinking like that, I'll actually get physically sick. You know, um, and I don't want me to get sick. I don't want my kid to get sick. So I'm always looking out like that for my basic needs. And now I also have to get an AC because my AC busted, and it's expensive. It's getting hot, and you know,
How expensive are we talking about? Like, what do you usually notice on your Conad bill with the AC?
um, well, the AC it's gonna be like twice as much the bill as usually. 'Cause usually my bill's like 110 or something like that. With Con Ed, it's gonna be at least twice as much. But I actually have to buy the apparatus because it broke. Because I think they installed it like messed up to have it break, but again, there's no evidence left of that. But whatever, because to me, it's like just an AC. It's not like total dehydration, or like if they put diuretics in my food, like what would happen? Like I don't know, because I've had so many discomforts that are not like I couldn't explain them to someone who has not suffered them. So I just sort of quit, and I try to keep remembering that everybody has their own dole in life, and that's how I sort of try to stay away from getting into arguments or fights, like with my friends and stuff, because I feel connected with my friend. Like I feel like, oh, why don't you help me? You should understand, but he only partially understands because he's partially experienced it. Um, and instead of fighting with him, because sometimes like people do put up a wall.
Often.
I feel that way, right? Because I feel like it's like gotten so cutthroat because some sort of systemic stupidity, and I still, my number one is I want to get out of the system. So yeah, so I don't know why I was talking to you all dreamy like, but it didn't work out like horribly. Yeah, because that's why I was dwelling on it and dreaming about it. Because to me, like Russia, like somewhere in the cold woods of Russia. Maybe I watch like old ladies on YouTube or something. It's like a dream to me. It's like some dream. Like I'm out of the system. There's not gonna be like anybody stalking me there or anything. And it'll be like a total different way of surviving. You know, even though it might be equally as hard, it might be physically more grueling or less grueling because I don't know. Because I don't know what actually strains the body more, like pollutants from somebody tampering with your food, or having to deal with like really struggling.
No, I hope that maybe you will come to new ideas, how to build this routine of yours to make it more comfortable for yourself, to be your own safe ground. Like you are the only thing that is not routine.
What if like right now I have like an uncomfortable routine? But even not like I get like anxious, say, or not, like I don't know, my friend keeps telling me I'm paranoid, but whatever. But and I think he means not how he means others to interpret it. Like, say if some like police was to read this, but he means it in a way like, why aren't you blowing this up? Like, um, how you're, you know, what you're dealing with. But like I keep thinking, like I get anxious about that too. Like my uncomfortable routine getting painful, you know, because I'm getting older too, and you know, and I don't see like these people. I don't know what they're doing, you know, and this is what I'm trying to like maybe like they ought to all get together and say we love Ilona and let's like you know do the best we can or something. Not that you know that's happening, but I don't you know like I don't care, you know, because I don't like. Oh my god, because I don't see myself getting into a comfortable routine. I could just have a calmer, uncomfortable routine, you know. And sometimes, like you see, like people, and they just let themselves go, and like my hair, for instance, I don't know, but like, should I let that go or shouldn't I? I mean, my hair is
Well,
just my hair.
how about for now, as our time is up for today, how about let's not try it at least? Maybe you can continue thinking of those strategies by yourself, but the idea of thinking of those routines, I will just leave it open. Maybe you will come up something with something by next week.
Okay, all right, because it's been like 40 minutes, so I'm just gonna go. Okay.
Yes, we do have limit of 45 for the session, meaning at the 45 gap, I have to finish the session. And since you logged in at 12:37, so we lost those 7 minutes, and the next person is already waiting for 4. So every time when someone's late, I cannot steal the time from the next person because
Okay.
this will be bigger and bigger and bigger. Say in 2 more clients by 3 p.m., I will be 20 minutes late. It's not fair for the person who's at 3 p.m. So I have to go.
Okay, fine. No problem.
I'll
All
see
right.
you next week. Bye.
Take care.